All right, welcome everyone. Let me put this up on the screen here. We got that up. So thanks for joining us. Today we want to go over different steps with technology that you can take to make your open houses successful. As far as technology goes, we're going to mainly focus on three different pieces of that. Uh, Before the open house, you'll want marketing materials, uh, flyers, and uh, advertisements that you can post on social media to let people know about the open house. And then day of, we'll be able to capture leads, have people fill out a contact form, and then we have follow-up plans to get you more established contact with anyone who came to your open house. So first, we want to make sure that we have our website set up and marketing profile. If you don't know how to do that, I can show you. But to make a property landing page for any listing you have or an open house you're working with, we can go to our websites over in settings. And there's two ways we can get a landing page for a property from a command website. One way is just to go to the website itself. So I'm going to open this. Does anyone have a listing currently or an address? What do you have?
189
Sunny Way, Sunny Lane, Northwest in Albany. Okay, perfect. So all we have to do is go to our property search bar, and a KW website is going to pull up a very nice listing page. Oh, can you see okay? Is it just on the tab? All right, let me fix that. Got a screen. How does that work? Here we go. Yeah, so this is what it'll look like. We do see Rachel's name on there too, which is awesome. But it's going to have listing photos pulled from the MLS as well as price, bed, bath, property description, and all the info. So it just shows same thing that you put on the MLS. We'll go down here and we even have neighborhood and monthly payment info. And this is kind of the more detailed property view. If you wanted something a little bit more simple, but also customizable, we can go back to our website builder and you'll see a quick start option for property landing page template. And if we click that, uh, we can also search by an address or an MLS number the same way. So if I just type in 1889 Sunny Lane in Albany. We have editable options on the left, and there's a live preview in the middle. The page will look like. And by default, this is just going to have listing photos, some basic information, your agent contact info, a map with a neighborhood boundary line, and the contact form. So we can title this the same as the address. And I'm going to drag and rearrange this. Let's say we want the image carousel up on top. And I'm just going to reload that. So we have property images first. We can make it so it's just the default listing image too that will be featured instead of the whole row as well. All right. And then on core details, glitching out a little bit, but we can also add a title, something if we want it to have something other than just the address. We could even call it open house this Saturday. And let's say I don't need the lot size on the acreage, just the square foot. So that'll go away. Everything else looks good, so I'm going to keep that how it is and just hit publish. And we'll put we'll put this away. Don't want a custom image. Okay, here we go. And so we can see now it created a URL for us based on the title that I chose. If I click that, then it brings up this other page I just made with the listing header image, everything else from the MLS, and we've called it Open House this Saturday. It's a little bit more simplified. This is just a URL that I have. Next thing we can do with this is include it in designs within command. So we'll go back to our command home page and into designs. If we go create design, I want to make a flyer for it. So I'm going to import photos and text from a listing. Today, unfortunately, there is a system error where the MLS import for designs is down. So we're going to make do with what we can. But normally we would be able to just go in here, type our address or the MLS number if there's too many different similar titles. I'm going to select that. The KWMLS or the KWLS pulls data from basically every MLS, but it's going to include the local ones as well that we're using. All right. So let's go back to here. Initial. Welcome. All right, and this is going to take us to the WeBrand redirect page. You'll see we have a lot of different options, particularly in the open house category. So first, I want to make it a flyer that'll be letter size. We can print this out and hand it out to anyone. We got a lot of different options here, but I want something that includes the date and time. So we can go here. Usually you'd be able to click auto. As you can see, I'm getting this error. It's supposed to bring up your listing photos and info, same way you can see on the website. But we'll want to change our open house details. This says it's Saturday, June 17th right now, but I want it to be, that's not it. Yes, you can manually port these. I just did it, this auto option will fill things in yourself, but if we just hit use, then it'll let us move things around by hand.
And because it's not your listing, so like if it's their listing, that your name will show up on everything then?
Yeah, it'll have your agent info and name by default. We can also include our own logos and assets over here in
listing agent.
we could add info for the listing agent too. Let me see. We might have to do a little bit more things manually because it just has your agent info on there. But we could always add, more text in someone's photo down here. It's all manually editable.
And where are you at as far as KW again? So on KW, you're in the filter, you're in design, you're in the design.
Yeah,
right?
this is on designs.
Like choose open house and all. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So there's templates for everything, but we want to mainly focus on an open house one right now. You can see we can. We have different articles. Yeah, Keller Williams has whole playbooks laid out. I can give you, more of a manual breakdown on it if we want to. But we'll also have a recording of this that you can refer back to.
And so on that filter part,
Mhm.
do they actually have like social media?
Yes, yes, they do. I'll just see if we go back to designs. Same thing. I can choose a template under the open house. It has this whole row of things. I had the letter flyer selected, but we can do the same exact thing if we want a wide social media post. It has just some of these options. So I'm going to use that. And let's say we wanted open house. Is it usually Saturdays that are most successful for open houses, or we
Be one. Right. No, I work the, oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Monday, Tuesday? That's what I thought.
We'll have
Okay.
somebody else.
Yeah, someone can do an open house Saturday,
Yeah,
typically. Yeah, but we got Saturday. We're gonna put in the address. And then join us anytime between, let's say, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you'll notice since this is made for social media, it's a little bit more trimmed down. We don't have all the details in it, but we want to be able to modify it. So there's a couple different options for it. If I want to put my own picture in, what I can do under images, we'll go to my assets, then add images. And I can just put in a particular property image from downloads. It's just a random thing. But if we go to upload file and then done, now I have this added to my assets. You can just click and drag it over. It's not exactly the right size, but that's how it's going to be for now. All right, and then I'm going to put that in so it's done. Actually, there is one more thing I wanted.
how big is this canvas?
WeBrand is a different program that's not exactly the same as Canva, but it functions pretty similarly. Um, and I have heard we are actually entering a partnership with Canva. So this is likely going to be replaced with just normal Canva soon. Um, and we'll have same integrations with the MLS that you can do same kind of things just in Canva now. But one thing I did want to show you on here for flyers. In an open house design, uh, you'll see on the right here, we have a QR code generator, and that will come in handy if you have a website or a landing page for a property and you want people to be able to scan that and go to your website. All we would have to do is just copy either the landing page we made or the default property listing from your website. Copy that, enter URL in here, and now QR code's generated. Want it on there, and then we could put a scan to learn more heading on here. Go. Change that to be right. Might be having errors with this showing up in normal designs too, but Sister girlfriend. Let's see. Yeah, this is supposed to just save in designs here when you're done with it. I think that's also just having an issue right now, unfortunately. But we can put anything that would be there. So once we have a design, we can put that over in campaigns to use it for social media. Before you do this, we want to make sure that your social media pages are connected through command. If you don't know where to go for that, it will be just in your general settings and under applications. We have post scheduling for Facebook. There's also Instagram and Twitter that you can connect. I only have Facebook connected right now just to test, so we're going to go with that. The backend campaigns, there's two options for social media. We can run a paid ad on a platform like Facebook or Instagram, or we can schedule things through the social posts section. And this is a great centralized platform that you can use to post the same things on different websites. So if I were to just go create a social post for, let's say I want next Wednesday before my open house on Saturday the 21st. So I go there, create, and this will show me what accounts we want to post to. Um, if we had Facebook or if we had Instagram and Twitter, it would show up there. And I'm going to put in a caption. Right, something like that. And it'll give you the option to include an ownership statement that'll say each office is independently owned and operated over the bottom of the image. And to add that, we can upload our own picture for the post, make it wide, up like that. And this is giving us a preview of what it'll look like once it's posted. See if I click that, we've added an overlay over that says each office is independently owned and operated. Do you know if we need to do that for everything that's posted on social media, or
I don't know, I think if it lead, like if you click in and it leads back to the website and the website says that, I do believe that that should be fine.
that's fine?
In other
Okay.
words, like if you have something and it clicks back, it's just like our phones, we need to have, all our phones have, that we're.
Right, exactly.
My other question on that is,
Mhm.
because we're allowed to do that, we need to get permission from the agent that has the listing.
Yes,
to make
exactly.
sure- Yeah, that would be the only thing, yeah. Good.
Okay. Yeah, and this is what it looks like with our own picture. You see it also shows we can browse designs. Don't have the one I just made, but let's say. All right, so designs is just not functioning well today. Sorry about that. uh, yeah, and we can put this on a publish immediately, and the button will just say publish post up there or save draft. If we want to schedule it, then we can put it exactly when we want. Wednesday, 10 a.m., but let's say we want it to be 9:30 instead. Now you'll see it changed from publish post to schedule post. This is going to show us exactly what it'll look like on a Facebook page when someone sees it. But that just has an image for your followers that'll advertise it. But we're going to want more leads than that. So let's take it to a paid ad. So we have to do create a campaign, paid ad. And then it's going to take us to this page. And so we've got things for a listing to advertise, just attract buyers.
Let's see that one, attract buyers.
Yeah. And this is where it'll come in handy to have the landing page from your website made. So let's say we want to attract buyers and sellers. Our Facebook page is linked, but we can add another one. And if we have, let's see. We want this to be within, say, 20 miles of the zip code. You can even include your database and sort by tags.
And that would be the targeting, that's paid though.
Yes, yes. So it can target them from an email or phone. If you see on there.
There's a prompt you with the same Facebook payment.
Same as like what you would pay just from Facebook directly. That is on here. Oops. Okay.
Sorry.
No, yeah, you're fine. It'll be on the next page.
And you just put like a limit, right? Like
Yes, yes.
10 days.
All right. So let's say I want a picture on there. Um, and then we can customize the content. This is just saying attract sellers, but for custom thing, we want.
Mhm.
All right, so we've changed the body and headline on that. Headline is going to show up below the post. You've got a caption on top. This learn more button can be used to redirect someone to your website or wherever you choose. So same thing with a landing page. We could enter our own URL that will just have this property page. And so if someone clicks on the advertisement, it'll take them to that on our website. Or if we click landing page, then we can select from, content that's already been published on our website. So we see we have that one on 1889. Right. And we can do DBA logo or team logo put on top of the image as well. And after that, we can proceed to last step. And now this is more of our schedule and targeting options. Yeah, just like you said, it has a maximum budget for how much you want to spend on this particular ad. And it'll tell you about how many clicks you can expect to get from that. So let's say we only want to spend $60 on this and we want it to run, only from the Monday to Friday before our open house is happening. And then you can put in your card number and billing details and just pay for it that way. So you don't have to go to the Facebook website itself. And this will work the same way if you're posting it on multiple platforms.
Is there any discount for this?
I believe it is discounted, or it's a little bit more affordable than running
heard that
ads.
It was discounted. KW has it in 3 months.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know exactly how much of a discount it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got that. I'm going to save it as draft. And if we can run that, that'll publish to our Facebook page and give us more reporting insights as well. If we go to reports, you can see what's happening.
Quick question.
Mhm.
When I customize my own technical and upload it to this and run it to this open house Facebook ad thing.
Like if you make it in Facebook and then add it to here, what do you mean?
Well, if I created my own open house,
An open house app?
Can I ask you why? Why would you do that? Why would you spend time on that? Whatever you-
well, it would be a little quicker because I've already got the
Okay,
templates.
okay.
So
And then just
if I
upload it.
created it and then uploaded it to, is there a way to upload it to command so that I can take advantage of that, that Facebook discount, basically?
I'm not sure what you mean by app, like your
So
program. Oh, an ad. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could do it. You can do it through designs like we saw here, or you would just be able to upload your
So
own
design is
image.
basically, you can customize everything and import it into design, right?
Yes, yes, you can do it that way. Or if you just have like your own graphic that you've already made, it would go essentially the same way that we just had it. Let me see where my. Yeah, so just go back to where we were. Uh, yeah. You can pretty much go from your media assets in here, or if you upload your own thing within designs, then it would show up same way there. But we don't need that right now. Okay, so we've got our ads, we've got flyers that we've handed out to everyone in the neighborhood. I think I saw somewhere you want 15 houses to the left and 15 to the right, 30 across the street to door knock. Is that about what you'd say too?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So we've got that. Marketing to people in the area, target people in the neighborhood. Day of the open house, we need a way to get signups from people who attend. So there's actually a very easy way to do that from your KW website. We're going to go to this property search page that we had before. It has everything we want. All we need to do to generate a form is to go up to the address bar at the top. And then at the end, we can just type /open house. And if I hit enter, it's going to take a second, but it will refresh with this form. Okay. A little slow today. We see it's created a new URL for us, which says open house / this. And this is what you can put on a laptop or iPad at the doorway for anyone to sign in. It's giving them the same listing images, price, bed, bath, square feet. And you can put in a name. So just to do a test contact, we're going to call this open house. Just put in the email address. And the office number. And you can check terms of use. And this longer one at the bottom clears you for TCPA compliance. So anyone who's checked that box has given them permission to contact you, regardless of even if they're on a do not call list, that makes sure you're clear. Once we've hit submit, it'll take them to a new page with my agent contact info, job description, a QR code for that property page, and just more just fun little details back there. And once someone's done, they can click back to sign in. And what that's done when we fill out an open house form is added them as a contact to our command database. So if I go back to command homepage, we'll see this notification bell says that a new open house contact form has been received. Yes, very cool. Saves you a lot of time from having to, print out something that people have to write on in a pencil and then you add to your database manually. So this is named custom fields for some reason.
So Jasmine is the queen of capturing people at open houses.
Oh yeah.
So you could still do, I guess, but you have to have Wi-Fi there or internet.
Right.
But if you did,
Right.
did you use something like that?
Yeah, and I have a hotspot to run off my phone.
Perfect. Great. Yeah, hotspot's a very good idea. You can do phone, bring an iPad or a laptop, someone can just type their info in. And we have,
Yeah,
yep, and now we've got contact info on here. Says there was property inquiry.
and then recording out to everyone.
Yes, I can send it out. Okay. All right, we've got a contact on here. Next thing we want to do is add any of these contacts that you've got from an open house to a smart plan. So if we go to smart plans, there's a couple different options we can find in the library. Easy way to do that, just type open house. Keller Williams already has a solid follow-up plan that you can add. There's a couple different options that other agents have published. So I would recommend messing around with it, taking a look at what makes the most sense to you. If we click view steps, it'll tell you exactly what that entails when someone's added to it. Day one, it will create a task to send you a text, or if you have Twilio connected, it can send that text for you automatically. It'll tell you to send an email. Day two, day four, make a call. And then we have these other plans or other steps. And then you'll see at the end, it's going to add them to another smart plan. So you'll need this long-term nurture and the monthly neighborhood nurture smart plans added already to your library for this one to work. We see in here, we need these two. I already have those, so it's fine.
So you need to
Yeah, this is just on this one.
line up?
Mhm.
Okay, we're going over this today.
Oh, you're already going. Okay, cool.
No, I mean, I'm gonna add them, but my long-term budget. Okay,
Great.
okay.
Yeah, and the reason you need that is just for this particular plan. You'll see it adds them to the long-term nurture at the end of the smart plan, and the long-term nurture also includes the monthly neighborhood nurture emails. All right, but I've just downloaded that, added a copy to my library, so I can go back to my smart plans. And just as an overview, this is what's included in that long-term nurture. It's going to add them to the monthly neighborhood update, and then it'll give you monthly tasks to contact this person for 6 months. It repeats 5 times at the end of every 31 days. So that's just what it looks like on there. But you're welcome to create your own smart plan or look at any of these other ones that are in the library already.
Do you have typical days where you're in the Corvallis office?
Most Tuesdays, some Fridays. I was there yesterday as well. So you can just send me an email or text if you need anything on a particular day, and I can make sure to plan around that. But we've got a smart plan added in here. And there's a couple ways you can add someone to a smart plan. We just go add contact. You can search by name. And I have this custom fields option that's added. Um, we can have it to start now or start on a specific date. If you're adding multiple people, let's say I want me and also Alicia, we can add this and you'll see if multiple contacts are added, we have a stagger start option. And this is a great way to space out your tasks so you're not having to call, or you're not setting yourself up to call, 9 people in one day. Stagger start will let you add, you know, just 2 people per day. So you have, 2 people to call on the first day, and then the next day it'll start that at a later step. It kind of spreads it out to be a little bit more manageable. But I read the disclaimer, confirm that, and now we see if I refresh it, it should show that we have 2 contacts added to the smart plan. So that's the simple way to do it. But if you have a big amount of contacts, let's say you had a really successful open house, you might want some other automated ways to add people to a smart plan. And so there's 2 ways we can do that with just adding tags or a lead management rule that will automatically add someone to a smart plan, depending on where you got the lead. So I'm going to remove those people, but I want to create a custom tag. So I'm going to go to settings, command settings, contacts. Under here in contact tags, I can create my own tag to apply to a contact. So I want this one to be attended open house.
I had a question.
Yes, what's up?
So when I set up the neighborhood nurture smart plan, and I've been setting my family up with it, it goes to their junk mail. Is that normal, or should it go to their regular inbox? Is there a way to fix that?
That's a good question. I don't know. Have you had that
No,
before?
I can't honestly remember. Mine does not go to my junk mail like my neighborhood nurtures.
Yeah, I haven't had it go to junk mail for me either.
Right, but I was saying that I don't know if you change anything about that. It depends on your settings probably.
So if your email is, if your Gmail account is already flagged as somebody else's account as spam, it will flag your account as possibility of spam, and it will start going and hitting more and more spam boxes.
Right. Yeah, I know if it's been flagged by some people, or anyone that it might
That's
show up in. Right. But yeah, with the neighborhood nurture things, it doesn't send from your Gmail. It sends from like a command mailer in here. So let's see. I can just see in. Yeah, it'll say like, agent 20946 whatever at KW. So I'm not actually sure why that would be showing up in spam. That's something I can look into.
Okay.
But yeah, usually that's just if it's a new or unrecognized email address, or if it's been flagged by spam, like you said. Oh, size. Like if it's too big of a file, or okay, yeah, it does. The neighborhood updates do have images in that.
Yeah, but it's not like a standstill image. So I'll show you what it looks like today and then we can maybe troubleshoot. Because
Yes, because I haven't had that issue yet.
what I told me, like, it's a good reason to contact, hey, did you get your neighborhood nurture? And your information about your neighborhood, and if they say no, then you can say, well, you can move it. But if it's not their KW email going out, then they can't move it into the states. Like if it's another email sending it out, I need to double check and see who sends. We'll look. Okay.
Yeah, we will look at that.
Check and see, because I didn't know that. I'll have to see.
Okay. Yeah, we're looking at that. Anyway, back to the smart plans. I have this open house follow-up that we added. Um, so trigger tags are an option to add someone to a smart plan immediately once you've assigned them a tag. So what we can do is edit the smart plan, and right here in the default view, we have auto add remove rules. So we can remove someone when they've replied to an email or an automated text. If they say stop, then it takes them off and won't have you contact them anymore. We can add contact. Yeah. And it'll let you know if someone already has the tag, it won't add them to the smart plan retroactively, but it'll add it for any new contacts that you add. So I want this smart plan to start whenever I mark someone as attended open house. So we add triggers. I'll save that. Yes. Yes, that's a fun one. And this is also the edit view, so we could change any of the content of what's happening. For a lot of KW managed smart plans, it won't let you edit the content of it. This one looks like it lets you do that fine. So if I wanted to change what the first text would normally say, then I could go here, change the body of the text. You can even change the time of day that will be sent. And you can tell it to send the text automated or create a text task if you want to. Just copy. This description will be in the body of the task. So if you don't want to use Twilio or an automated service, then this is still a good way to just get, yeah, you can just copy and paste instead of having to, make it every time.
Is Twilio, like, can we say it's coming from me, my cell phone number, or no, or a new one?
It can be linked to your cell phone number, as far as I know. I just have a Twilio specific number that's not connected to my actual phone, but that's something you can manage in your plan. But I'm going to save this, how we had it, close out. And if I go back to my contacts, let's see what happens if I apply a tag. All right, so check that off. On actions, just want to add tags, search for attended open house. So we mark them as that. The tags added. And if I click on their name, you can also see that it just added them to a smart plan. And that can be a better way to do things in bulk, because you can also apply multiple tags to it. So if it's someone who attended an open house or is just in a particular area or neighborhood that's relevant, you can have it come from multiple sources that'll all be added to the smart plan. The other way we can do that is what's called a lead management rule. Instead of adding a tag manually, if we go back up to settings and then command settings, under contacts again, you'll see these lead sources and lead management fields. So lead sources has all these default options for where a lead came in from. So you can mark someone as a door knocking prospect, something from email. And on here, if we go far enough in, there's this open house tag or an open house site. Open house site is the one that'll be from your agent site, the form that you generated. So if we go back to lead management, we can create a rule. So it'll tell you it allows you to auto tag leads with a tag and or automatically assign them to a smart plan. So what I can do is create a rule. It's going to be for open house follow-up. And what lead sources does this apply to? I want it to be open house site and just open house. Have that in. And what do we want to happen from there? Now we can auto tag someone as someone who's attended an open house, and we can also assign them to a smart plan. So that means that anyone who fills out that form is just going to get added to this plan without you having to even touch anything. But it's still a good idea to audit what shows up in your database and make sure that everyone's routing to the right area. But that's created a rule. And I want to see what happens if I do this again. On the open house form. Let's try just putting in Corvallis number. Yeah, that's been submitted. Let's see if it gives me another notification. And we've got a new open house contact form received from Open. But if that worked, you'll see it tagged someone as attended open house, and they're also on the smart plan. Didn't even have to touch anything else. Yeah, super cool. And then you'll see it's going to create tasks linked to that contact and put you on a steady plan for however many weeks or months that you've set it. And it's a great way to stay in contact with everyone who's showed up and keep their info.
Now, what if they do not check 2 boxes? Because I could see somebody just putting in their information and not checking the boxes.
Let's see.
Right.
Yeah, I think it won't let you. We can try that.
Got it. Okay, I just curious if it did. Because like we do drawings sometimes, you know, for our open houses. And so if they fill this out, is it submitted?
All this person. Okay, so let's say this is someone who doesn't want to call. And I haven't checked either box, so it just turns red. It's not going to let me do that.
Got it. Okay.
If I only check one box, still red. It's only if I check both that it'll let you go through. Yep. Any other questions?
So the only other thing, just out of curiosity, so like they have a listing and I can advertise on my website with permission from them. I need to find out the rules on that with our office. So in other words, it's on my listing. Can I make a landing page on my website? And if I do an open house, it's a no-brainer because you're gonna want me to advertise, so it gives us more information. But like, if I just want to take their listing and put it on my website, do we have rules on that? I can't remember if we do or not, honestly.
I don't think so, because it doesn't limit. I don't even think it has to be within Keller Williams. You can just make a page for any property.
IDX.
What's IDX?
International Land Exchange.
Oh, data exchange. Okay, I'm not as familiar with that.
Let me verify. I can ask her. Okay, so can we advertise anybody's listing on our personal KW page? If we go to KW, make a landing page for that, so it's already kind of into the whole thing, and put it on that. Like if he has a listing and I want it to look like my listing, even though it's going to say down below, so it does say down below is your listing. But can I just make a page on my website for it?
Well, can you make a page?
I mean, we can make a page. Is it allowed?
Yeah, I mean, like, are you talking like it auto-populates, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as you're not like advertising it as your listing, it can just be.
Right.
Yeah, and it would say. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking because it's already out there in Publix. Like if it's a farm, like for example, if I had a farm and I wanted to list all the properties on my farm on a landing page like what you were doing.
Mhm.
Not just open house, but to say this is what's going on in this area.
I know.
I have a way to do it. I think I can do that.
With the showing, like, for instance, we're showing other agent houses.
Right.
We just haven't said, yes, it's okay to advertise.
Mhm.
That's it. Just a simple.
Yep. Yeah. And I know we have to have,
City.
yeah, you will want, approval from the listing agent. That is a good idea if you have like, text messages saved or an email that you can make sure you're all right. I don't know is that a common thing?
Yes,
Or like,
yes.
do people give you
Well,
an issue with it?
Because it's changed.
Is this change? Okay.
So I'm gonna verify and I'll let y'all know. And so, let me see how they're gonna make it. So, because they won't know what I'm talking about if I don't.
Yeah.
Through showing platforms, that's what they actually require.
Right, huh, okay. Okay. And then I'll let you know too.
Cool. All right. Anyone else have any questions? Anybody on Zoom? Cool. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. Let me know if you have any questions, always available by email. And yes, Denise, I will send out a recording of this to everyone who attended. But thank you guys. We'll talk to you later.